Everyone, let us chant from verses 6 to 15 of chapter 10. Maharshaya saptapude chatvaro manavastatha madbhava manasa jataha yesham lokahima prajaha etam vibhutim yogam cha mama yo veti tatpataha so vikampena yogena yujyate natra samshayah aham sarvasya prabhavah matta sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante ma buddha bhava samanditaha macchitta madgata pranaha bodhayanta parasparam kathayantascha man nityam tushyanti cha ramanti cha tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mamupayanti te teshamevanukampatham ahamajnanajam tamaha nashayam yatma bhavastaha jnanadipena bhasvata Arjuna uvacha param brahma param dhama pavitram paramam bhavan purusham sashvatam divyam adidevam vibhum ahustvam rishaya sarve devarshi naradastatha asito devalo vyasaha svayam chaiva bhravishi me sarvametadrutam manye yanmam vadasi keshava nahi te bhagavan vyaktim vidur devanadhanavaha Swayamevatmanatmanam Vethatvam Purushottama Bhuta Bhavana Bhutesha Deva Deva Jagatpate
Om Sahana Vavatu Sahano Punaktu Saha Viryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu ma Vishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti. Chapter 10, Vibhuti Yoga. We have studied up to 7 verses. First he said how God is the source of creation. The first 3 verses spoke about the God is the material cause and God is the intelligent cause for creation. It is not as though there was a separate material with which God created the world, because in the beginning there is nothing other than God. Therefore, the world also is God. This is established first. Once you understand this, itself is a very big understanding. Bhakti Yoga is not that difficult once you understand this. Why Bhakti Yoga is not that difficult once you understand this? Because you will not come and ask how to see God. Where to see God in the world, you will not ask. Because you open your eyes, you only see God. To explain this further, he gave a brief introduction about the Ishvara Swarupa. Ishvara Swarupa means the glories of the God in the microcosm and the macrocosm. Macrocosm, he spoke about a few qualities. In the microcosm also, he spoke about a few attributes. And then he said, all this is Li. Having the gold ornaments in hand, will you ask how to see gold? You have the gold ornaments in hand, and then the question is, how to see gold? Where? In the gold ornaments that you are having in hand. This is like asking exactly the same question, is what people ask, how to see God in the world? Where to see God in the world? How to see God in the world? Where do you see God in the world? Where do you see gold in the ornament? It is the gold that has become the ornament. It is God that has become the world. This itself is a very important knowledge. And what is the benefit of this knowledge? The benefit of this knowledge is resistances goes away. Because all that you are seeing is God. What will you resist after that? What will you say I like? What do I say I don't like? What do you say this is good? What will you say this is bad? This gold is good, this gold is bad. You will not say that. It's all gold in various Namarupa. So first he wanted to establish that knowledge, which is difficult to comprehend, which is difficult to accept, because immediately your question will be, good things and all is okay, sir, but what about the bad things? How can bad things also be God? Everything is God. Good and bad is decided according to your preferences, your ragadvesha. Again, I repeat, world is there. It is God. Good and bad is decided by what? Good and bad is decided by your preferences. If you prefer something, it is good. If you don't prefer something, it's bad, isn't it? You like something, you call it as good. If you don't like something, you will call it as bad. Per se, is there anything called good and bad? There's no such thing. The moment you start dividing it into good and bad, etc., what naturally follows? The moment you start seeing things as good and bad, what naturally follows? The anxiety follows, the worry follows. More than the anxiety and the worry, dvesha comes. Lot of hatred comes. And you will call it as bad, and your hatred will have a justification. Not only you will have hatred, your hatred will have a valid justification now. What is a valid justification for your hatred now? It is bad. And how can you like the bad? So obviously, you having hatred towards the bad is logical, perfectly correct, isn't it? Krishna says, what can be spoken to this person? So he establishes first. What is he establishing? The entire world is a creation of God. And when God created it, it is not that there was a separate material other than God. God itself is manifesting in this various Namarupa. Microcosm, macrocosm. He explained all this. And then in verse number 7 that we studied last, He who knows this in reality, what the supreme manifestation, Anmaya Yoga, he becomes established in unshakable union. There is no doubt about it. This is where we concluded. No doubt about it. The Natra Samshayaha. There is no doubt about this person having in this unshakable union. Everybody has union. Everybody wants yoga, but that yoga is not firm. It is shaking. It is shaking. Unshakable union. Avikampena yogena. See, so many adjectives he keeps giving for yoga throughout the Bhagavad Gita. In some context, he will call it as Buddhi Yoga. In some context, he will call it as Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Jnana Yoga. Now he is using the word Avikampena Yogena. Avikampena Yogena. Unshakable yoga. Yoga, now it has to be unshakable, isn't it? Yoga itself means it is unshakable. So he makes it double clear that it is unshakable. And why shake happens? Shaking means moving away. Why does any person move away? Why do you move away? The knowledge is not yet established. Something else is still looking more meaningful. That is why the yoga, that's why it is shaking. Something else is looking much more meaningful, and whatever looks meaningful to you, your mind will be circling around that only. Again, I repeat. Whatever looks meaningful to you, whatever looks useful to you, your mind will go towards that only. When it comes to God, not yet mature to understand it as meaningful. Not yet mature to understand that if at all one thing that is meaningful is God. If at all there is something that is worthwhile pursuing is God. But the mind is not yet matured. Why? Something else is more attractive. Something else looks more meaningful. When something else is more attractive, when something else is more meaningful, what happens? The yoga will be shaking. Unshakable union means nothing matters. And when we say nothing matters, through knowledge and understanding only, nothing will matter. When does that which is so meaningful to you becomes meaningless? That which is meaningful to you can become meaningless only through knowledge and understanding. What is the knowledge? It is so meaningful to you because out of your ignorance, you are thinking there is a hope of happiness in that. Again, I repeat, why it is looking so meaningful to you? Ignorance. What is ignorance? There is a hope. What is the hope? The hope of happiness. What all we discussed yesterday? Put all that. The hope of happiness, hope of security, certainty, the hope of certainty, the hope of security, all that is there. That is why it is looking meaningful. Through knowledge and understanding, you mature into the right knowing, into the right seeing. What is the right seeing, the right knowing? What all you think as meaningful is going to cheat you. Again, what all is looking meaningful to you is going to cheat you, dupe you. Please understand, they are not cheating you, they are not duping you. What is cheating you? The hopes that you develop cheats you. It is the hope that you develop is cheating you, not the other person. Carefully follow. Otherwise, it looks like the other person is cheating. The other person or the object, they don't cheat you, they don't dupe you. What is duping you? Your hopes. your expectations, your own hopes and your own expectations. What is your own hopes and expectations? Your own hopes and expectations is security, independence, contentment, all that. If I have that, all this comes. Certainty. Peace of mind is in that, sir. Adu irundha peaceful. Illanna agitated, isn't it? Ramatirtha says, all Vedantic discourses is like, talking to the dog, he says. All Vedantic discourses is like talking to the dog, because after the lecture is over, after the discourse is over, the dog will ask, where is my bone? Full stop. That's all. Correct, sir, but first bone, isn't it? And what is that bone? See, bone nali, it is dry. Correct? Huh? Bone dry, they say, isn't it? Correct? Bone nali, it is dry. Nothing in it, isn't it? The dog bites the bone. And when it bites the bone, it bleeds. Logic is very clear. Before biting the bone, there is no blood. After biting the bone, there is blood. Therefore, where is the blood coming from? Where is the blood coming from? Bone. Vedantala idu oru nyayamne per vechirukkranga. Of the Rajju Sarpa Nyaya, like a rope strike analogy. There are various Nyayas, various analogies. Of the beautiful various analogies, this is one analogy. It bites and bites and bites the bone. It starts bleeding. It bites the bone so hard that it starts bleeding, and it licks the blood, thinking that the blood is coming from the bone. He says, you should be slightly more intelligent than the dog. Yeah, all that is required is what? Slightly become more intelligent than the dog. But impossible. Huh? Even the dog will have some intelligence. Human beings will not have this intelligence. Why? They will go back again and again and again. For what? The hope is still there. The hope is still there. Are you able to follow now? This person here, unshakable union. Why this unshakable union? Through knowledge and understanding, that person has understood that there is nothing there. They exist. We are not denying that existence of the object or the person is not being denied. The moment we say there is a person existing or an object existing, obviously what goes along with it? Nama, Rupa, Guna, Karma. So every object or every being exists with their own Nama, Rupa, Guna, Karma. That is not the problem. The problem is the problem is what? The problem is when you start having a hope, expectation. That hope and expectation shakes the union. Whenever you are in front of that, you fall for it. You may not be, it may not be in front of you. You may go searching for it. Number one, if it comes in front of you, you fall. At times, it may not come in front of you because it wants to run away from you, isn't it? What will you do? You will go searching for it. If that is also not happening, you will sit and fantasize. Are you able to follow? Either it comes in front of you, you fall, or you go searching for it. If both is not possible, should move on to the next thing. No, should move on to the next work in hand and start doing. No, that you will not do. That the mind will not do. What the mind will start doing now? It starts fantasizing. Shakeable union, this is. Shaking union, this is. Here he says unshakable union. Atra samshaya. There is no doubt. There is no doubt about it. Up to this we have covered. We will move on to verse number 8. Yes. 1 second, Ramba.
You said everything is Brahman. So what about ignorance, likes and dislikes, forgetfulness?
The question is, everything is Brahman, everything is God. What about ignorance? Likes and dislikes? Forgetfulness? First thing, be grateful to God for forgetfulness. Be grateful. Thank God you are forgetting. If you don't forget, what will happen? Time heals, they say, no. Time and all doesn't heal. You simply forget it. That's all. You need time to forget. That's all. That's how when they say time heals, you simply forget. And thank God you forget. Brahman, isn't it? What is ignorance? Ignorance is nothing but what is there you don't see. What is not there you see. This is ignorance. Again, I repeat, what is ignorance? What is there you don't see. What is not there you see. Correct? The bone is dry. Not even a drop of water will come out of that bone. That's why it's called bone dry. You don't see it. What do you see? What do you see? I just need to bite hard. That's all. If I bite it hard little bit, something I can extract out of it. Are you able to follow? All that I need to do is what? Bite little bit more hard, little bit more hard. If I can bite it, I can get something out of it, isn't it? And nobody can ever get anything out of a bone. Are you able to follow? What is ignorance? Ignorance is what is not there, you see. What is there, you don't see. What is likes and dislikes? Desires. What is likes and dislikes? Desires. And what is desire? A hope for happiness. What is desire? Desire is nothing but a hope for happiness. Are you able to follow? Now, when all is Brahman, where is ignorance? Where is likes and dislikes? It is not there. But sir, I am suffering from it. No. Are you able to follow? I am suffering from it. No. Now that you are suffering from it, let us go from your level. Don't come from Brahman to here. Go from your level to Brahman. By unshakable union, you will understand this. Are you able to follow? From Brahman, if you come down, all this doesn't exist. But your point is, it is there now. No, I am suffering. No. What do I do now? I am suffering now. What do I do? Now go backwards. What does going backwards means? By practicing the yoga, etc., you will get there to understand what all are God. To give you a conviction, the first 3-4 verses he spoke about what? How God is in any creation, in every creation, there is a material cause, there is an instrumental cause. When it comes to the world, there has to be a material cause, instrumental cause. Are you able to follow? All that is Brahman. That's all. You have to think about it and accept it. Are you able to follow? If the whole world has evolved out of Brahman, or not evolved out of Brahman, you should not say. It is God that has appearing as many in this world. It's an appearance, not evolution. You can't say gold evolved into ornaments. It is gold that is appearing as ornaments. It is God that is appearing as world. It's a concept that has to be thought about it again and again and again. You follow? Then you will understand what you are calling as ignorance, likes and dislikes and all has no existence. There is only Brahman. Are you able to follow?
They are not.
There is Brahman, full stop. There is nothing other than Brahman. There cannot be anything other than Brahman, full stop. The question is what? Are you able to see it or not is the question. What is Brahman, what is not Brahman is not the question here. If you are not able to see Brahman, remove certain things, then you will be able to see it. Keep it like that. Are they Brahman? The question that is asking is then is likes and dislikes, ignorance not Brahman? Has no meaning. Are you able to follow? Therefore, what is he saying here? All that you see in macrocosm, all that you see in microcosm is me. If you see everything as me, what goes out? What will go out? Dvesha will go out. The important thing now in life at your level is what? How to get rid of the dvesha. Correct? How long can you hate a person for one word the person has said about you? How long you can be thankful for one good deed they have done to you? Have you ever observed in life this distinction? Somebody has said some bad word about you, some bad remark about you. How long you can continue to hate that person for that? And that person also has done something good also. How long can you say thank you? That's sir, thank you solely mudistam sir. But hatred, dvesha continues. Are you able to follow? So here he is trying to help us out in terms of what? How everything is God. Your dvesha has no meaning. Your dvesha has no, first get rid of that. Your dvesha has no meaning. We will move on to verse number 8. 8 particular.
Aham sarvasya prabhavah mattah sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante ma buddha bhava samanvitaha. Aham sarvasya prabhavah mattah sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante ma buddha bhava samanvitaha.
I am the origin of all. From me everything evolves. Understanding thus, the wise worship me, endowed with devotion. I am the origin of all. From me everything evolves. Understanding thus, the wise worship me, endowed with devotion. Aham sarvasya prabhavah mattah sarvam pravartate. I am the one who gives rise to variety. I am the one that gives rise to the variety. And when we say the one that is giving rise to variety, what is the variety? What is the variety? Dvandvas is the variety. The moment you say variety, what is the variety? Nariya irukonu, mari irukonu. Appada that's called variety, isn't it? Mari irundada you can call it as variety. Now what is the variety? Dvandvas is the variety. And what is this world? This world is made up of dvandvas, and all that you see in the world which is made up of dvandvas, all that is me. He is the source of everything. Pleasure, pain, association, disassociation, birth, death, health, disease, success, failure. Everything has got only one source, and that one source is me. Knowing this, the wise one. Knowing this, the wise one constantly worship me. Knowing this. What do they know? What have they understood? One gold is appearing as various ornaments. One wood is appearing as all kinds of furnitures. One cotton is appearing as all kinds of garments. One mind that is appearing as the variety in the dream. All these examples has to be recalled. All these examples has to be recalled to understand how from the one everything evolves. Pravartate appears. Evolves not in the sense of English word evolution. Pravartate means how everything manifests. From me, everything manifests. Aham sarvasya prabhavaha. And this sarvasya prabhavaha implies what? Vibhuti yoga. All this variety you see is because of me. What is the variety that you see? He's going to list out a few. And then he says, what I have listed out is one infinitesimal portion, Arjuna. After listing out 76 items, he's going to say, all that I have explained is one infinitesimal portion. Having understood this, what is the understanding? Good and bad has no independent existence. That is understanding. Having understood, what do you understand? All the ornaments that you see has no existence other than the gold. Stick to the golden ornaments example. It's easy to follow what he's saying. Only with this upamana you can understand what he's saying. No ornament has any independent existence apart from the gold. But then there is an Amarupa. But then there is always a name, there is always a form. But that name and form is nothing but appearance of gold. Name and form is not separate from gold. Name and form is an appearance of gold. It means what? All that happens in the world is God. The moment you say everything is God, all that happens is God, hatred, what goes out? What goes out? Hatred and all that goes out. Having understood thus, they don't have a life of their own. Bhajante Mam. Bhajante Mam means they are constantly worshipping me. They are constantly devoted to me. They remember me. The moment you ask this question, why am I suffering? Devotion has gone out. Again, why am I in pain? Why am I in suffering? The moment you ask this question, what has gone out? Devotion has gone out. Because devotion is nothing but remembrance. And what is remembrance? It is God that has become the variety. It is God that has become the variety. Therefore, what is good is also prasad. What is bad is also prasad. Prasad buddhi becomes. Prasad buddhi becomes easier. What is good is also from God. What is bad is also from God, and anything that comes from God can never be bad. It is good only. Sometimes you understand, sometimes you don't understand. For all that comes from God necessarily has to be good. That's why it's called God. No, God means what? Divine, isn't it? All that comes from God has to be necessarily divine. Failure, sir. Health is divine, sir, but disease, how do you understand that? Success is God, sir, but failure. Birth is from God, but death, worried about death. Bhajante Mam. What do they know? All variety exists, and this variety is because my Swarupa is infinite. The gold, the number of ornaments that can be made out of gold is so infinite. It means in the raw gold, the infinite potential is existing. Without that infinite potential existing, you can never bring it out. It means it is there. It means it is there already. So all the variety that you see is an indication of my infinite glories. That is Vibhuti Yoga. Bhajante Mam. The word bhajati is an indication that knowledge has been stabilized in you. If this knowledge is stabilized in you, you will have devotion. If there is no devotion, means where you should go back. Devotion illa sarna koilku pogudadu, isn't it? Where there is no devotion, what you should do? You should go back to knowledge and understanding. Why? Because it is lack of this knowledge and understanding you are forgetting. Not worshipping means you have forgotten. Worshipping means you are remembering. Now, when you have forgotten, what you should do? Go back to knowledge. What made you to forget? What made you to forget? And what made you to forget invariably? Shakable union. We discussed that already. What made you to forget? Whatever the shakable union we discussed previously is the reason for you to forget. Now what do you do? Go back to, now what do you do? Go back to knowledge. Go back to knowledge. Bhajante Mam. They constantly worship me. They worship me. They adore me, isn't it? Adoration, worshipping, all this is one and the same. It is knowledge that is manifesting as adoration. It is knowledge that is manifesting as bhakti. We have seen this example any number of times. Knowledge is like the root. The roots are not seen. In a tree, what is seen? The trunk is seen, the leaves are seen, the flowers are seen, the fruits are seen. But what is not seen? The root is not seen. In a building, what is seen? I don't know what all you see. But one thing is not seen. What? The foundation. So wherever you see bhakti, adoration, love, remembrance, you understand what? There is knowledge backing it. Wherever you see it is not there, you know knowledge is lacking. That's why he says, these bhakti itself is an indicator of knowledge. Bhakti itself becomes an indicator of knowledge because you are able to remember. But people misunderstand bhakti means. What is a misunderstanding regarding bhakti? A specific worship, a specific methodology of worship towards a particular deity is known as, we are not saying it's not devotion. The proof of bhakti is what? Adoration. What is adoration? Adveshta Sarvabhutanam. He's going to conclude that in 12th chapter. Where everything is God, how can you have Dvesha after that? If you are having Dvesha means that part of it is not seen as God. Therefore, iti, having understood this way, bhajante mam bhajanti. They constantly worship me. They constantly worship me means they constantly remember me. Bhava samanvitaha. With their entire being, they are devoted. Bhava is again can be used as an adjective for bhakti. Bhava nale bhakti. Right bhava nale, it is right bhakti. But he keeps using words to keep reinforcing this idea. What is it? Bhava samanvitaha means in your daily life, every day you will be doing this. That's what it means. Instead of worshipping for a specific 15 minutes, 20 minutes, instead of having a specific worship time, 24/7 you will be in the mode of worshipping. Because wherever you see, whatever you see, you are only seeing God. Wherever you see, whatever you see, you are only seeing God. So since you see only God, what happens? You know it is me. Reverence, cherishing, adoring. All this becomes so natural. All this becomes so natural. All this becomes so easy. Therefore, he says, Bhajante Mam. They worship me constantly, endowed with devotion. Bhava samanvitaha. Bhava samanvitaha means with their entire being in me, they worship me. Verse number 9. Buddy.
Machitta madgata pranaha bodhayantha parasparam kathayantascha nityam tushyanti cha ramanti cha. Machitta madgata pranaha bodhayantha parasparam kathayantascha nityam tushyanti cha ramanti cha.
Those with mind in me, with pranas absorbed in me, enlightening one another and always speaking of me, they are contented and delighted. Those with mind in me, with pranas, life's activities absorbed in me, enlightening one another and always speaking of me, they are contented and delighted. Kathayantaha, matchittaha, bodhayantaha parasparam. Disciplines. These are all the disciplines that he's talking about. If you look at it, so beautiful it is. Exactly, this is what he calls as the Karma Yogi in chapter 3 and 4. What he called as Karma Yogi in chapter 3 and 4, here he is calling as a Bhakta. It means what? There is no difference between the two. From whatever angle you come, you can talk. But ultimately, disciplines are one and the same. Exactly the same thing he referred as Karma Yogi in chapter 3 and 4. Now he is saying these are the bhaktas. Now what is it? Those with mind in me. Mat chitta. Here the word chitta refers to the mind. Those whose mind are with me. Mind is not hijacked in Artham. That's all. Isn't it? Mind is not hijacked by anything else. Otherwise, what? Something or the other is hijacking your mind, isn't it? Mind is constantly hijacked, kidnapped. Here, you place it at the feet of the God. Mat chitta. Instead of the mind dragging itself, instead of mind getting hijacked, you take the mind and place it at the feet of the Lord. In God, the mind is lost, as it were. Now the mind is lost somewhere, no? Isn't it? All mind is lost, isn't it? Mind nale lost in the artham, isn't it? All mind is lost. Where is it lost? The toys that makes our joys. The toys that makes our joys, the mind is hijacked, lost in that. And the mind inga podran. These people are able to do that. So they're able to pluck the mind from that and place it at the Lord's feet. Mat chitta. With their minds wholly resting on me. He says. With their minds wholly resting on me. Madgata pranaha. Life's activities. Madgata pranaha. Prana equals life. Correct? Life's activities means what? They don't see any other purpose other than me. Absorbed all pranas. Prana means life, isn't it? You are my life. The mind goes and tells somebody, no? Isn't it? You are my life, isn't it? Here this person is saying, you are my life to God. Instead of saying it to another object or being. But we all say this. But we all say it in the wrong place. In the wrong place to the wrong person, we go and say, you are my life. You are my life means what? Remember the parrot story. Anything happens there, happens here, isn't it? That's why you should never place your life anywhere else. Whatever happens there, happens inside, isn't it? So, if that is touched, you are touched, isn't it? If that is hurt, you are hurt. Madgata pranaha. All life's activities means each and every breath is lived for the sake of God. That's what it means. Each and every breath is for the sake of God. Even now we are having each and every breath. That each and every breath is for what now? Even now we are breathing, isn't it? And even now we are breathing, and our breathing also has a purpose, isn't it? Even now we are breathing, and our breathing has a purpose. What is the purpose? Either object, either being, isn't it? Some object or some being or a collection of few objects and beings. Isn't it? I am alive only for that. If that goes out, I am out. Chumma dialogue adalla. Nothing happens, isn't it? You'll forget and you'll forget and keep moving. That's all. What is the all cinematic dialogues in the reality of life is so different. The reality of life is so different. Yes. Just like that, the mind will drop and keep moving. Sick is this mind. It is so sick, it is. And this mind is being pampered all the time. This mind is being pampered all the time. Yeah. The sick mind gets stubborn. The sick mind turns stubborn. What is stubborn? What is stubbornness? தமிழ்ல என்ன வார்த்தை ஸ்டபனுக்கு? ஸ்டபனுக்கு தமிழ்ல என்ன வார்த்தை? பிடிவாதம் பிடிக்கிறதா? அடம் பிடிக்கிறது, isn't it? அடம். It will not move. It will not allow you to move. Unless you give me what I want, I will not move. Stop. You can plead, you can cry, the whole Krishna, Bhagavad Gita, Buddha and all can come and fall at the feet and educate you. Mind will say, give my bone. I will move. That is like, that is pranas. Prana means where your life is. You feel my life, my entire life is here. If that is gone, my life is gone. Madchitta madgata pranaha. That mind that believes my life is somewhere else has shifted through knowledge and understanding. To what? Through knowledge and understanding, it has shifted. Where? To God. Roles come, duties come, actions happen, but the mind is anchored in God. That is madgata pranaha. Again, madgata pranaha means the roles, the duties, the responsibilities, actions, all happens. All that doesn't stop. All that happens. But where is the mind anchored? The mind anchored in me. They alone feel, that alone they feel is the purpose of life. The roles, the duties, the obligations, all is done for union with me. So roles and duties and obligations becomes essential tool that you have to perform so that you can unite with me. Madchitta madgata pranaha. Then the third one, bodhayantav parasparam. Beautiful it is. Bodhayantav parasparam. And then kathayantayascha mam nityam. என்னை பத்தி கதை அடிச்சுனே இருப்பாங்க, he said. Yeah. Kathayantascha mam nityam. ஸ்ரீகாந்த், புரியுதா? என்னை பத்தி கதை அடிச்சுனே இருப்பாங்கன்னு அர்த்தம். என்னை பத்தி கதை அடிச்சுனே இருப்பாங்கன்னு என்ன அர்த்தம்? Speaking about it is so beautiful. Listening about it is so beautiful. தையந்தகன்னா அதான் அர்த்தம் அதுக்கு, இல்லையா? கதைன்னா என்ன அர்த்தம்? சொல்றவனுக்கும் நல்லா இருக்கும், கேட்கறவனுக்கும் நல்லா இருக்கும். அதுக்கு பேர் தான் கதை, isn't it? Gossiping about me அர்த்தம் கிடையாது, இல்லையா? என்ன அர்த்தம்? கதையந்தஸ்ச மாம் நித்யம் போதயந்தவ் பரஸ்பரம். Parasparam, thus helping one another. Yeah. That is why parasparam help we have to do, we say. What is the parasparam help we have to do? We say at least minimum put one bottu and go, isn't it? Bodhayantav parasparam. Minimum help that you can do to another is what? Put one bottu. Matching aranda kuda paravalla. Keep it, isn't it? Matching aranda kuda, if you're still searching for matching, still it is okay, but keep one. Bodhayantav parasparam. Helping one another in reminding. Helping one another in reminding. The purpose of family is what? The purpose of getting married is what? The purpose of family is what? Bodhayantav parasparam. One should help each other in remembering the divine. Oh, na mukyama, God mukyama kelli kekudadu. Isn't it? Today, what is the question that is asked? Yeah, today, that's why it is ending up in separation. Why? The question that is asked, what is the question? Who is more important? The moment you ask this question, the other person will say, definitely not you, isn't it? Why? Because the very question itself is so suffocating. Yeah, the very question itself is so suffocating, isn't it? Bodhayantav parasparam. They come into company of fellow seekers. Bodhayantav parasparam தான் group discussion. புரியுதா? You understand? Bodhayantah parasparam is what is called as group discussion. Oh, blind leading the blind, no sir. What? Oh, you are guiding the other or what? What made you to think group discussion means you are guiding the other? What made you to thought you are educating the other? Bodhayantah parasparam. You are mutually remembering the divine. Parasparam means mutually, isn't it? The word parasparam he used in 3rd chapter also, Yajna Karma. Parasparam bhavayantaha, he says. In 3rd chapter, he says, Parasparam bhavayantaha, helping one another. Here he says, Bodhayantah parasparam. Anga vandu parasparam bhavayantaha, through action help each other. Here he is saying, Bodhayantah parasparam. Clear. But one thing is very clear, what parasparam is very clear, isn't it? Parasparam is very clear. No, sir, I can't handle people. I can do it all by myself, no? In a taniya utrunga, sir, I can do. But parasparam and all, I cannot do. Just what has to be done, tell me, I'll do it and come. But parasparam Allah, I cannot do. It doesn't work like that. The spiritual path doesn't work like that because spiritual path is parasparam. What is parasparam here? What company is tasteful to you? What company is distasteful to you? Adhan parasparam. Again, which company is appealing to you? Which company is tasteful? Which company is distasteful? In the company, vanum bola irukudhu. In the company, vanave vana, isn't it? There are some company you don't even want to know, you block the number, isn't it? Correct? Yeah, there are some you want to block, and there are some you want to keep looking, staring at it, isn't it? Yaar illana kuda they keep staring. Stalking, correct? No? Stalking. Isn't stalking na another? Ram Subramaniam. அப்படி ஒரு வேர்டு இருக்குது, அதுக்கு மீனிங் எனக்கு தெரியாது. ஸ்டாக்கிங். ஸ்ரீகாந்த், ஸ்டாக்கிங் என்னன்னு தெரியுமா? ஸ்டாக் இல்ல, STOCK இல்ல, STALK அப்படின்னு ஒண்ணு இருக்குதான். அது என்னது எனக்கு தெரியல. ஸ்டாக்கிங். கரெக்ட். பரஸ்பரம்னா அதான், isn't it? Whom are you constantly stalking? Bodhayantah parasparam, the company that you like. Some you want to follow, no, isn't it? Unga vanana kuda you follow, isn't it? Even if they say get out of my life also, you will still go and stand in front of the house, isn't it? Yeah. Bodhayantah parasparam. You speak about the glory, and when somebody speaks about the glories, it is so nice to hear. Bodhayantah parasparam. It is you exchange. What do you exchange? You don't exchange notes. You exchange the glories. What do you exchange? You exchange the glories. Amma sir, exchange la vana, lecture vana I am willing to give, isn't it? Exchange la vana, lecture I am ready to give. Purida? Vijay, exchange la vana sir, but one way lecture I can give, no? About the glories of God I will talk, but nobody else talks. I can't listen to anybody else talking. I can talk. I will talk about the glories, that is all right. But if somebody starts talking, I switch off. Bodhayantah parasparam. Wherever the glory of the Lord is spoken, Hanuman comes and sits, isn't it? He doesn't worry about, this fellow talking about God alone, he doesn't worry. Because what is being spoken about? God. That's all. God is being spoken about. Wherever God is being spoken about, yeah. But God na Samskridathila mattum dhaan sollanum illa sir. Urdu la sonna adu eppadi, isn't it? அரபிக்ல எப்படி காட பத்தி, இங்கிலீஷ்ல எப்படி பேச முடியும்? சன்ஸ்கிரிட் மட்டும் தானே தேவ பாஷா, அதுல மட்டும் தானே காட். மிச்ச லாங்குவேஜ் எல்லாம் நாட் காட்ஸ். போதயந்த பரஸ்பரம். In any language, wherever God is being spoken about, wherever God is being worshipped, it is so appealing to you. Are you able to follow? In whatever language God is spoken about, in whatever way God is worshipped, you see it as bodhayanta parasparam. Looking forward to satsang, that's what it means. Bodhayanta parasparam means what? Looking forward to satsang. Satsangatve nissangatvam, nissangatve nirmohatvam, nirmohatve nischalatatvam, nischalatatve jivan mukti. Jivan mukti vonu sir. Ippa enaku freedom vonu, isn't it? Jivan mukti means what? Freedom I want now. How to get it? Satsang. Satsangatve nissang. What is the starting point of jivan mukti? Satsang. That satsang is what he calls as bodhayanta parasparam. Helping. Bodha means teaching. Teaching doesn't here means teaching, talking here. Exchanging your understanding with the understanding of another. Exchanging your understanding, bodhayanta parasparam, you all will grow. You are not supposed to teach. He's not saying bodha. Here bodha should not be interpreted as teaching. Here bodha means, the Sanskrit word bodhayanta parasparam here implies not teaching. It is in what way you have understood the glories, you say that. Some other person will say, this is how I understand the glory, isn't it? Some will say, I like different kind of earrings, I like, sir. But the nose thing about gold and all, I don't like. Another person will say, no, the rose, our ears. So, but all are talking about gold, parasparam. This is called bodhayanta parasparam. Are you able to follow? But all are talking about the glories of God. Somebody will say, இதெல்லாம் வேணும் சார், பிஸ்கெட் மாதிரி அப்படியே லாக்கர்ல வச்சுக்கலாம். இல்லையா, ஒயிட் டிஸ்பிளே ஆல் இதெல்லாம் வேணும், ஜஸ்ட் மேக் இட் இன்டு பிஸ்கெட் அண்ட் கீப். அது கூட யாரோ திருடின்னு போடுவாங்க. கீப் இட் இன் இ ஃபார்ம். Keep it in E form. But all the time the focus is about God. Whether E form la vechukongo, ornament vechukongo, edhula vena vechukongo. What is it? Where is the focus ultimately? The glory. Bodhayanta parasparam. The glory is spoken about. Then the fourth one is Katayantascha mam nityam. Katayantascha mam nityam means Katayantascha mam nityam. It's a continuity of the previous one. It's a continuity of the previous one. In everything you enjoy, if you find a company, enjoyment is more, no? Correct? In everything you enjoy, if you have a company, yeah. என்னதான் சார், சினிமா தனியா போறத விட ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸுங்களோட போனா, தட் இஸ் வாட் இஸ் கதையந்தஸ்ச மாம் நித்தியம், isn't it? தனியா உட்கார்ந்து கிரிக்கெட் மேட்ச் பார்க்கலாம், சுத்தி இருக்கிறவங்களுக்கு குட் பாலுக்கும் பேட் பாலுக்கும் வித்தியாசமே தெரியல, isn't it? Supposing there is a person who knows about cricket and if you sit and watch cricket, Ram Subramaniam, எப்படி இருக்கும்? Yeah, so nice it will be. You are sitting and listening to Carnatic music. பக்கத்துல இருக்கிறவங்களுக்கு ராகத்துக்கும் வித்தியாசமே தெரியல. They don't even know the difference between raga and thala and all that. எல்லாம் அபஸ்வரம், தப்பா தாளம் போட்டு உட்கார்ந்திருந்தா, supposing there is a person who knows about it, what a joy it is. So you are delighted talking about God. You are delighted thinking about God, and there is another person also delighted talking about God, and when these two get together, bodhayanta parasparam katayantascha mam nityam. Able to follow now? Where to find such people, sir? Don't worry. You develop the demand, supply comes. You develop the demand first. எங்க சார் இவங்களை போய் தேடுறது? யாருமே இல்லை சார். நான் இப்படிதான் இருக்கிறேன், ஆனா யாரும் எங்கிட்ட வர மாட்டேன்றாங்க. Isn't it? I am like this only, but nobody is coming to me. If you are like that, bodhayantasya parasparam kathayantasya mam nityam will happen by default. Are you able to follow? A drunkard will look for the company of another drunkard, isn't it? என்ன யாரும் கூப்பிடவே மாட்டாங்க, isn't it? இருந்தா கூட சார் நீங்க போயிட்டு ஒரு half an hour கழிச்சு வரீங்களா, they will say, isn't it? Or they will say, can we meet tomorrow? They will say, yeah. Why? Because one drunkard will look for the company of another drunkard only, isn't it? Elsewhere in the Bhagavad Gita, previously he said it so beautifully. Nature, birds will flock together, isn't it? All students will be together, isn't it? ஸ்டூடெண்ட்டுக்கும் தான் ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஷிப் இருக்கும் இல்லையா? ஸ்டூடெண்ட்டுக்கும் டீச்சருக்கும் ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஷிப்லாம் இருக்காது. இருந்தா இட் இஸ் வெரி ராஜ். ஒன் ப்ரொஃபஸர் அண்ட் அனதர் ப்ரொஃபஸர் வி ஷுட் பி ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸ். டீச்சரும் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்டும் ஃப்ரெண்டெல்லாம் இருக்க முடியாது. அது இருந்தா அது வியர்ட், அது isn't it? Something is so abnormal there. Something is so abnormal there, correct? Because it is that specific demands will go to that specific demand. So how can different things go together? It won't. Immediate connection you will find if you have a similar like, isn't it? It's a simple psychological truth. If there are similar likes, connection is instant. Paathone abde vibes, sir, isn't it? Paathone vibes vandu, isn't it? What? Similar likes. Tushyanti cha ramanti cha. And இதெல்லாம் சொல்லும்போது அழுதுன்னுலாம் இருக்க மாட்டாங்க. God பத்தி when they talk about God, they will not be crying and moaning and all that. How it will be? Tushyanti, ramanti. That ramanti is Rama, isn't it? Always delighted. Tushyanti, contentment. Ramanti, santosha. Tushyanti is contentment, fulfillment. Ramanti is santosha. Not the superficial excitements. Santosha takes time to come because it is born out of maturity. Santosha and all doesn't come straight away. Excitement comes straight away. Anything long lasting takes time. That also people don't understand. If something is coming to you straight away, it means it will disappear as fast as it appears. Anything long standing cannot come immediately. Tushyanti cha ramanti cha. In the disciplines எல்லாம் follow பண்ணா, what will be the effect on you? Even now there will be a contentment, there will be a bliss. If you follow these disciplines, whatever the disciplines has been told, even now there will be a joy, even now there will be a contentment. Even at the relative level, you will start experiencing this. Tushyanti and ramanti. Who are they? They are called the Mahatmas. What do? They are thinking about God, and wherever there is anybody is talking about God, they revel in that. They talk about God. Wherever God is being spoken about, they go and sit there, listening. Bodhayanta, parasparam, katayantascha, amnityam, tushyanti ramanti cha. Tushyanti, and how do they do that? Mat chittaha, madgata pranaha. The disciplines. Mat chittaha, kama, madgata pranaha, kama, bodhayantah parasparam, kama, katayantascha mam nityam. These are disciplines. These are the disciplines. These disciplines will have an effect. What is the effect? Tushyanti cha, ramanti cha. That's why he says the spiritual path itself starts giving you some peace and contentment. As soon as you get onto the path itself, there is a joy, there is a bliss, there is a happiness. Tushyanti cha, ramanti cha. Next verse, buddy.
Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mamupayanti te. Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mamupayanti te.
To those ever steadfast, worshipping me with love, I give the buddhi yoga by which they come to me. To those ever steadfast, worshipping me with love, I give the buddhi yoga, union by intellect, by which they come to me. Tesham, to those. Who are those? Those who have been doing this practice. Tesham, to those. Who are those now? இவங்களுக்கெல்லாம் நான் கொடுப்பேன்றார். யார் அந்த இவங்கெல்லாம்? இது எத்தனாவது verse? 10 verse number 9. Verse number 9 மச்சித்தஹ மத்கத பிராணஹ போதயந்தः பரஸ்பரம் etc. கதயந்தஸ்ச மாம் நித்யம். Whoever is doing that, to those practicing that, how do they do that? Ever steadfast in that. Ever steadfast in that, worshipping me with love, I give buddhi yoga by which they come to me. Buddhi yoga in chapter 2 is interpreted as karma yoga. Buddhi yoga here will be interpreted as meditation. ஒரு வார்த்தை வச்சுன்னு கரெக்டா சொல்லின்னு வந்தா தெளிவா புரியும்ல. ஒரு வார்த்தைக்கு ஒரு மீனிங் வச்சுன்னு கரெக்டா பேசினே வந்தா இட் வில் பி வெரி வெரி கிளியர். மாறி 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 ஒரே புத்தி யோகத்துக்கு 4 மீனிங் வச்சா which word is correct now? Which interpretation you will take it as incorrect? Here the word buddhi yoga doesn't mean karma yoga as we interpreted in chapter 2. Here the word buddhi yoga means meditation. The practice of meditation, single pointedness, nididhyasana. Meditation again, see, please understand, whenever in Vedanta we talk about meditation, don't think of sitting with the eyes closed in meditation. We don't talk about that meditation at all. Whenever we talk about meditation here, it means contemplation, not the sitting with the eyes closed ones. Meditation in Vedas, in Vedanta, means what? In and through the activities, one part of you is anchored to Brahman. That is meditation. Generally, meditation means stopping all activities and sitting with eyes closed. Correct? General misunderstanding, general practice of meditation means stop all activities and sit with the eyes closed. You can trick your mind into doing that for a while. In Vedanta, when we talk about meditation, we don't talk about meditation like that. Stopping of all activities and sitting with eyes closed is not the meditation. Then what is meditation? In and through the activities, one part of you is anchored to the thought of the divine. But concentration disturb avada, sir. Isn't it? If we do that, will concentration not get disturbed? No. Just as the mother's attention is constantly on the child in and through all the activities that she does. Correct? Only the mother can understand it. We have to stretch, it has to be stretched to too much to understand. In and through all that, in and through all the activities, the attention of the mother is on the, even in deep sleep, she is thinking of the child. Correct? She may be in deep sleep. If the child is tossing and turning, she wakes up. Correct? Another meditation. That is called meditation. In and through all the activities, your mind doesn't get disturbed by activities. Your mind is not carried away by activities that it is forgetting the divine. So what is the training of meditation in Vedanta? How to remember God in the midst of activities. That is meditation. Are you able to follow? It's a training to remember God in the midst of all activities is meditation. That's what he says here. Tesha, to them, I give that. What is he saying I give? I give the Buddhi Yoga. I give the Buddhi Yoga. I give the Buddhi Yoga means what? Don't worry about realization and all that. It will happen. The intellect keeping the mind. The intellect keeping the mind focused is what is called meditation. The intellect keeps the mind focused on the divine. The seeker becomes the self. The seeker becomes the self. From this, you understand spiritual practices render the mind peaceful. Katayantascha mam nityam bodhayantah parasparam madchitta madgata pranaha. All that makes the mind peaceful. The peaceful mind is contemplative. The peaceful mind is contemplative. Contemplative meaning what? Actions lose the ability to disturb the concentration. It's not that you start doing it, you forget God. In and through all that you do, remember God. That is Vedantic meditation. That is Buddhi Yoga. What is Vedantic way of meditating? In and through all your activities, you remember God. As a training, what do they do from the beginning? That's why they said before you do everything, a prayer is given. Even today, when they do the prayer, the first thing that you do before you start the prayer is what? You invoke God in each and every part of your body. Even today they do that, isn't it? Even today they do that. They go Keshava, Narayana, Madhava, Govinda, Vishnu, Madhusudana, Trivikrama, Vamana, Sridhara, Rishikesha, all that they do. It means what? In each and every part of the body, God is invoked. It means what? Who's doing it? You are not doing. God is doing. So at the beginning itself, you start. Again, when they do the sankalpa, what do they do? Parameshwara Prityartham. To please Lord Shiva, they will do. And then how do they conclude? Narayanayeti samarpayami. Are hangyaadu or consistency vechukonu, isn't it? At least start with Shiva and end with Shiva, no? But they don't do that. Correct? Subramaniam. That's how you do, no? Yeah, that's how you do. Correct? Parameshwara Prityartham. Starting like that. And how do you conclude? Narayanayeti samarpayami. Wow. Each and everything is, you cannot escape divine. They made it so tight that you cannot escape divine, and the mind is so beautiful that it escapes. Tight the mind knows how to escape. Matchitta, Madgata Pranaha, Bodhayanta, Parasparam. If you do all that, Tesham, those people who have done it with steadfastness, they are available. In turn, God says, I will give you Buddhi Yoga. Yeah. He's getting into a transactional mode now with you, isn't it? This I will give it to you in return, he said. What you should do? Machita, Madgada Pranaha, Bodhayanta Parasparam, Katayantascha Mam Nityam. Idalla you should do. If you do all this, what will I give it to you in return? Your wife will be happy. Your family will be happy. Children will get married. Job will come. Grandchildren will be taken care of. Idalla udpara. What will he give? Buddhi Yoga he will give. ஐயோ நாங்க அது கேட்கல சார், நாங்க அது கேட்கவே இல்லை, புத்தி யோகம் நாங்க கேட்கவே இல்லை, நாங்க ஒண்ணு கேட்டா அவர் என்னவோ கொடுக்குறாரு. Isn't it? What am I asking for and what is he giving? Krishna says, Buddhi Yoga alone I can give. Rest of the things, it's their karma. How can I give that? அதெல்லாம் எனக்கு அதுக்கும் சம்பந்தமே கிடையாது. Whatever they are do, they are going to get. The law of karma has established it very clearly. I am a karma pala data. I am not the pala data. I am a karma pala data. According to your actions, result will come to you. That's karma pala data. Therefore, praying to me for result and all is of no use, because modala karma pannittu vandada I can give you the fruit, isn't it? If you do the karma of what? Machita, Madgada Pranaha, Bodhayanta Parasparam. If you do all these karmas properly, what will you get in return? Buddhi Yoga. Buddhi Yoga you will get in return. And what does Buddhi Yoga means? Single pointed concentration, which is meditation, self-realization. Seeker becomes the self. So you do all this, I will ensure that you become me. If you do all this, I will ensure that you will become. This is verse number 10. With this, we conclude for today, and we continue with verse number 11 onwards in the next session.